Alright, so ahead of the Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl rematch, one of the Birds' biggest stars just made some comments that should have the Chiefs on notice, as it's clear that this Eagles team is hungry and out for revenge in this one. And perhaps nobody is hungrier than Nolan Smith, as the second-year man just did something that nobody expected, but he made it clear that he is not done yet. And neither is head coach Nick Sirianni, as he just revealed that he's making some changes as the Eagles prepare for the Super Bowl to make sure they're as ready as possible. And overall, how has Sirianni managed to absolutely shut up his critics and prove that he's one of the best coaches in the league? Well, we're going to talk about that and all the other latest Eagles news starting right now. Hey guys, welcome to the Philly Fan 21 channel. If you're new, I'm Evan and I cover all things Philadelphia Eagles. And let's start off with an announcement regarding the Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl 59 matchup, as the jerseys that each team will be wearing have been revealed, and is the same as it was 2 years ago, as the Chiefs are going to be going with their white jerseys, while the Birds will be back in midnight green. And we got to see a little preview of what the jerseys will look like with the Super Bowl patch on them, and I think they look pretty sweet. And what else is interesting about this is that every single time the Eagles have been in the Super Bowl, they have gone with their home uniforms, and 4 out of the 5 times it's been midnight green, so I don't think that means anything, but it is interesting. And what else is interesting and also kind of funny is that Eagles Hall of Fame linebacker Jeremiah Trotter won an NFC championship while his son Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was just 2 years old, and then Trotter Jr. grew up, got drafted to the Eagles, and won an NFC championship himself, all before the Dallas Cowboys could even get back to the NFC title game. So, safe to say, that's pretty hilarious, and the Cowboys should be taking notes on what the Eagles have been able to do. And based on some comments from CEO Stephen Jones, it seems like they already have.
I think you look at your competitors in your conference, what it's going to take to have success, whether that's a 49er team or whether that's an Eagle team. You look at the blueprints. Everybody does it different. Kansas City's doing a great job bringing young guys along and, those type of things. And like a team like Philadelphia, you certainly look at the way they're doing it, where they went out and, did some things with some veteran players. You have to take a look at that. And then you got to find exactly what fits your core, your DNA with our players and what we have and what gives us the best chance.
I just find it funny that Dallas is out here literally admitting that they need to model themselves more like the Eagles. I mean, that should just tell you about where these two franchises are at right now. And honestly, as long as Jerry Jones is running the show and controlling everything in that organization, I'm not going to be too worried about them getting back to the NFC Championship or having anywhere near the amount of postseason success the Eagles have had recently. What I am pretty worried about, though, is a recent update that we just got involving Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, as following 2 meetings with the Saints, including an in-person interview on Monday, NFL insider Jordan Schultz, in addition to saying that Mike McCarthy has withdrawn his name from consideration, is also reporting that Kellen Moore is seemingly the favorite to land New Orleans head coaching job. And like I talked about in my video yesterday, that's obviously not good news for the Birds because, one, we're trying to win a Super Bowl right now, so the last thing I want is our offensive coordinator potentially distracted, but also losing him would mean yet another new play caller for Jalen Hurts and another entirely new offense for the team to learn. Plus, with them being in the Super Bowl, the Eagles would have to find their next offensive coordinator late in the offseason, and they really wouldn't have the best options to pick from. Not to mention that Moore has just been a really good offensive coordinator for the Birds this year, so again, losing him would suck. That said, obviously, nothing is official yet, and the Saints' job is a pretty bad job considering their salary cap situation and the state of their roster, so I feel like maybe there is a chance that Moore could maybe turn it down even if he is offered the position. I don't know, maybe that's wishful thinking, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens and hope that Moore remains in Philly for another year, although admittedly, it's probably not looking too great at this point. On the flip side, though, things really couldn't be looking much better for Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, because, I mean, it's no secret that a large portion of Eagles fans wanted Nick fired after the collapse of last year and the shaky start to this season, and I'll admit, I was getting there myself earlier this season, but I gotta apologize once and for all, because I was dead wrong, and Nick Sirianni has just absolutely shut up everybody who has doubted him over these past 2 years, including myself, as since the bye week, Sirianni has led the Eagles to a 15-1 record en route to his second Super Bowl appearance in just 4 years as the Eagles head coach, which not only makes him the only Eagles head coach to reach multiple Super Bowls, but it also makes him the only NFC coach in the last 40 years to win the conference twice in their first 4 seasons. And I don't think that that's a coincidence because as talented as the Eagles are, talent can only get you so far. And what Nick has been able to do is take the individual talent that the Eagles have and turn them into a team. I mean, we've talked all season about how great the connection and the chemistry is with this group and what a great winning culture the Eagles have, but that's in large part because of Nick Sirianni and what he's done to lead and guide this team. And center Cam Jurgens made sure to give him his credit for that after the NFC Championship.
I really got to credit Coach Sirianni, the way he leads this team. He emphasizes connecting being teammates, growing together. And when you got love for a team, you got love for your brothers, offense, defense, everybody's together. I mean, anything's possible. You just put your body on the line. You fight for your brothers. And, I mean, we got a tight team here.
Yeah, I mean, those comments from Jorgens should tell you just how valuable Nick Sirianni is. Like, this guy is just the perfect leader for this team. He's got everybody connecting with each other. He clearly has great connections with the guys himself, as you can see here with him hugging a crying CJ Gardner-Johnson or celebrating with an injured Nakobe Dean on FaceTime after the Eagles' NFC Championship win. And also, if it wasn't clear at this point, Nick Sirianni is just a winner. I mean, the guy has the highest win percentage among active head coaches and the 5th highest win percentage of all time with a 53-23 record, along with 4 playoff appearances and 2 Super Bowl appearances in just 4 years. So again, you just got to give a tremendous amount of credit to Sirianni for overcoming the adversity and leading the Birds back to the Super Bowl, and hopefully he wins it this time. But now, real quick, I want to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of today's video, MyBookie. The conference championships are officially over, and with Super Bowl 59 between the Eagles and Chiefs on the way, MyBookie allows you to get in on all the action, as whether you want to bet on the straight-up outcome of the game, the spread, the point total, or the over-under on player stats, along with a variety of other things, MyBookie really does have something for everybody. Plus, you can take advantage of their risk-free Thursdays, as utilizing this offer, if you place a bet that doesn't hit, then they'll refund you your deposit up to a certain amount. In addition, MyBookie also offers a variety of games on their online casino that you can win big with, plus they offer a variety of other unique opportunities as well. And if you sign up today using my promo code PhillyFan, you'll receive an extra 50% bonus on your first deposit up to $1,000, along with a $10 casino chip. But most importantly, guys, please, please, please gamble responsibly. And if you do have a gambling problem, then please seek help and call 1-800-GAMBLER. And again, thank you to MyBookie for sponsoring today's video. Now, getting back to Sirianni, though, the good news is, based on some recent comments, it sounds like he's learning from the last time he was in the Super Bowl, as this time around, he says that he's making some changes to how the Birds are going to prepare for the big game.
Yeah, obviously you go through everything, and I won't get into details there, Jeff, of what we're changing, but you go through after each week, you talk about what you can do better and what you did well. That's a constant every Monday, and that's what we did after 2022 as well. So we have notes that we're going through and that we've been going through, couple tweaks here and there of what we'll do differently, a couple things that will stay the same. But of course, like anytime you go through any situation like that, you take notes like that, and you try to get better from each circumstance you go through.
You gotta love that Sirianni is always willing to adapt, and I think it's great that he's making adjustments from last time. As of course, the preparation leading up to the Super Bowl is a little bit different, as you got one extra week in there, you fly down a week before the game is actually played, and then from there, there's all this crazy media stuff that they have to do, and the game itself is also different as well, so having the experience of doing it once already is definitely very valuable. And hopefully, these changes in preparation by Sirianni end up paying off, and the Birds can be as prepared as possible for this matchup. And obviously, they're going to need to be, because they're getting ready to take on a dynasty in Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, so there's no doubt that this is going to be a really, really tough game. Plus, there's obviously that extra added element of this being a Super Bowl rematch from a couple seasons ago, in which Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, of course, unfortunately came up just short in what was an incredible game. So this time around, the Birds have just a little extra reason to be motivated, as they have a chance to get some revenge. And ahead of the matchup, in an appearance on WIP Radio, Eagles star left tackle Jordan Mailata did admit that the first Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs is something that is a little bit of extra motivation for this team.
It's the Chiefs again. Here we go. And you guys played them in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Do you care that care is the wrong word? Is there any feeling inside they got us last time and we want to get this one? Like, is there an added, it's hard to say an added thing for the Super Bowl, but the fact that the last time you were there you lost to them, does that add anything to you?
I'm going to keep it short and simple. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But at the same time, it is the next game. It is a new team. We both have new teams. The history is called history for a reason. But you can't forget that the experience that you go through, or what I went through. Mm-hmm. So yes, I will answer your question and say yes. But again, this is just the next game that we have to play, and probably the most important game that we will play this year.
I don't know about you guys, but I personally love that. Because as much as everything Mailata said about it just being the next game is true, it's just impossible to forget what happened 2 years ago, so the fact that they now have a chance to get some redemption on the Chiefs and finish the story once and for all is just poetic, so it only makes sense that it's something that is motivating them as they're now getting prepared for the Super Bowl matchup. Now on the flip side, the Eagles do have to make sure that it doesn't become a distraction and they can keep their emotions in check, but that's something that this team has done all year long, so I really don't expect anything different, and I expect them to be as locked in as ever for this Super Bowl rematch. Oh, and if you're the Chiefs, the fact that you're about to face a locked-in, hungry for revenge Eagles team that just put up 55 points last week has got to be a bit of a scary notion, so they better watch out. And Patrick Mahomes specifically better watch out because he's about to face an Eagles defense that has been bullying opposing offenses all season long. And specifically, this Eagles defensive line and pass rush is a scary sight to see right now for any opposing quarterback.
Man, just grit. Man, we talk about, man, if they don't score, they don't win. And, you know, they put up some points, but, man, we go out there and play defense with pride, man. And that's what I love about Philly. And it's just like the city that we live in, man. We play defense tough and hard nose.
Okay, you're going to the Super Bowl, buddy. What does that mean in your, second year?
Man, job not finished.
Job not finished?
Job not done. I'm blessed to go to the Super Bowl, but this is just a step. This just a game to the next one.
Like Nolan Smith said, this defense is gritty and they embody the city of Philadelphia with their hard-nosed style, and they're clearly hungry, so Mahomes and the Chiefs offense better be ready for a war because I know the Birds defense is going to be. And for Nolan Smith specifically, this is a guy who in his second season is already second all-time for the franchise in postseason sacks, and his 4 sacks this postseason are the franchise record for a single playoff run. So I don't know about you, but with the field hopefully not being a slip and slide this time around, I'm expecting more of the same from Nolan in the Super Bowl, and hopefully, unlike last time, the Eagles' entire defensive line can get after Mahomes and make a huge impact, because that'll go a long way in helping the Birds come away with the win. And of course, you guys know that I'm going to be continuing to cover all the news leading into the Eagles Super Bowl rematch with the Chiefs, so if you guys don't want to miss any of that, then make sure you subscribe and also really, really importantly, turn on notifications and also drop a like down below as well to show some support because it really does help me out a ton. Let's see if we can get to 600 likes on today's video. Also, leave a comment down below just regarding anything that I talked about in this video, and if you are interested, check out my bookie and sign up using the link in my description and also use my promo code. And also, if you want to watch another Eagles video going over some stuff from yesterday, you can check this video out right here. And now with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.